Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the National Guard Products 672A concealed fastener seal, clear anodized aluminum with a nylon brush insert. This is it's a door sweep, it's an astragal, it's a piece of gasketing, and it's very elegant because the fasteners are concealed. This one is already snapped together, and I have one here prior to snapping it together. You've got the base material, and if this was the genuine article and it's just about a 9-inch sample piece, it would have a hole drilled and actually a slot there so that you can adjust it on the door to account for a sill that may not be level, or if you're using it as an astragal, obviously to contend with doors that may not be exactly plumb. They may not be square in the opening. The jamb might not be plumb either. Then the trim piece is here, and that just snaps on very elegantly. The small end has a small little hook profile to it that you get just right underneath that little lip, and you place it underneath there, and it just surely snaps together. You just click on that and it'll snap all the way down. Not meant to come off though after you snap it on. Not that you couldn't peel it away, but it's not meant to come off. So be sure you've got that accurate. Very elegant as a door sweep. Would look tremendous as astragals as well. Okay. Sometimes the head of the screw, because it's a different base material, steel, will corrode differently than, of course, aluminum would. Let's go over some dimensional properties. There is a link below this video to those dimensional properties. You can see that we've got 11/16 height of the aluminum extrusion. Then we've got 7/16 worth of bristle length. We've got a 5/16 thickness. Okay. This is clear anodized aluminum, and that's what the A in the part number refers to. This 672 is also available as a gold finish, which would be a B designation, and then it's also available as a DKB, which would be a dark bronze scenario. This would be very well suited for aluminum storefront doors, where you really don't need a long bristle length to make contact with the sill, and because aluminum storefront doors are generally a bit more architecturally pleasing, they're anodized finish, they're clean lines, having concealed screw heads would certainly be in accordance with the overall look, and that's why you'll see these very often on aluminum storefronts. But when used as astragals, in my opinion, it's even more common to have a concealed fastener, because why? Well, you don't want to see the heads of the screws the entire height of the door. If you've got a pair of doors, you're going to want to seal those off, the gap between the two, and bristle is excellent at doing so. You can set those so that they just make contact with each other, but not so much that they're going to interfere with the operation of the door. And bristle, certainly when used as a door sweep, is excellent because it's great at contouring itself over an irregular floor surface. If my finger were to, if my fingers were to give you the idea of an irregular floor surface, you can see how well bristle just contours to that irregular floor surface. Front doors of restaurants, I think, would be great for these. Bristle type of application with a concealed fastener. The back of the restaurant, maybe not necessarily having concealed fasteners, but bristle is phenomenal because of that ability. The inspector, when they inspect the facilities, they're looking for daylight under the door, and the logic, if daylight can get through, so can things that need to be prevented from getting in to a restaurant. And bristle is exceptional in that regard, so that's why you'll see that as well. There's a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure, and that's handy because it will show you all of the other related products to these concealed fastener types. Some are bristle, some are at a, they have some that are at an angle, approximately probably 30-degree angle. They have others that are that will feature vinyl, pile as well, neoprene, silicone. Pile is going to be relatively like this, except that the projection will be shorter and the material will be significantly softer, much more appropriate, in my opinion, for use as astragals, because pile like this is relatively stiff. So you're really going to have a perfect marrying of contact when used as an astragal versus a pile. I would recommend that you consider pile over bristle if you're going to use it as an astragal. Okay, so different insert material types, different finishes. That product brochure also shows you all the different dimensional properties that you can see as well. Now, when you get into silicone, vinyl, neoprene, now you can use it as a doorstop, or, well, you can use it as a doorstop, certainly, if it's large enough, and in many instances it certainly is. You can use it as perimeter gasketing. Very elegant, concealed fasteners would look very appropriate when applied to the front door, the front door of a business entryway, of a residential application. You don't want to see a series of screws running, up the jambs and across the header, is the bottom line. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the National Guard products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website. Now, before we wrap this video up, I do want to tell you that this is listed in the site in all kinds of different lengths. Everything from 2 foot to 8 foot probably. And you can have longer than 8 foot if you like. We just don't list them because the cost to ship is generally quite prohibitive on weather stripping. Longer, when it's longer than 8 foot is what I mean to say. If you have need for longer lengths, reach out to us. We'll be happy to quote that for you. You can order this in any size you like. Here's what I mean. If you have need for a custom length, order the next longest piece or pieces and indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to trim the material to. The reasoning is, well, it's easy relatively to cut aluminum naturally, but you've got the bristle here, and that's a steel holder that's there, so you're not going to run that through your miter box saw like you would potentially aluminum. So surely a custom length is going to be necessary in most instances. 3 foot doors aren't 36 inch necessarily. 7 foot tall doors aren't 84 inch exactly. So if you have need for a custom length, order the next longest piece or pieces, indicate that length in the comment field, and that's how we'll supply it to you. What that's going to give you is the aluminum cut to length, the bristle with the steel holder cut to length, and if this was the genuine article, that slotted hole would probably be about 4 inches from the end. It'll give you that first slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge and the proper center to center as well. Again, those slotted holes are incredibly crucial to get that piece of weather stripping exactly tailored against what you're sealing, which may not be plumb, it may not be level, etc. Okay. So, if you have any questions on the National Guard 672A, perimeter gasketing, astragal, door sweep, concealed fastener, bristle type, or any other National Guard product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.